2025 was the first year I went in full-time as an audiovisual technician. And let me tell you, it changed me. I learned things that no one really talks about when you're working full-time as an AV tech, and especially when you're figuring it out in real time. So if you're thinking about getting into AV, freelancing, or if you're already in AV and you're feeling a little overwhelmed, keep on watching. This video is for you. So before 2025, AV was more something that I was building towards. I did a lot of volunteer work and I was exploring the profession on a more part-time basis. So this year was the first time I was in it as an actual full-time audiovisual technician. And it was the year that I actually claimed it as my career. There's something very different about doing it full time, and you're not just learning the gear, but you're also learning more about yourself. You're learning how to be an AV professional, essentially. One of the biggest lessons I learned early was that confidence doesn't come from experience. It comes from showing up, messing up, and showing up again. You don't have to feel ready to start. You just need to start, right? No one really prepares you for how physical and mentally taxing this work can be. When you're working long days, or even if you're working a regular 9-to-5 shift, but you've got tickets and clients and events back to back to back for the entire shift, it can feel really exhausting and overwhelming. And there's a lot of heavy gear that you have to lift as well. There's fast turnarounds. And in the midst of all of that, you still need to be sharp, calm, professional, and clear-headed so you can show up as the AV tech that your colleagues and your clients need you to be. So I learned very quickly that taking care of your body and really focusing as much as you can on your physical well-being, but also your mental well-being as well, is extremely important when you're doing this kind of work. Any job in general, you need to focus on your physical and mental well-being. But in this one in particular, it takes a little bit of a different meaning. It's not optional to really take care of yourself. It's part of the job because, as the saying goes, you can't pour from a half empty cup. So how can you expect to give yourself when you're not even fully replenished, right? One thing to keep in mind, burnout is not a badge of honor at all. You need to pace yourself, or the industry will pace you for you. Another big lesson for me in 2025 was navigating spaces where I didn't really see a lot of people that looked like me. Even in my current job that I work, I'm not the only woman that's in the office with me, but I am the only Black woman. It always surprises me and makes me really excited, honestly, whenever I go out and I help out my clients and they see me and they kind of have a little bit of a shock to their face and they're like, oh, okay, hi, nice to meet you, right? Like I can see their demeanor shift a little bit, but in a good way. It's in a way that's, very surprised, but also intrigued at the same time, because how often do you see a Black woman coming in to help you with your projector, event support, IT support issues, right? So being a Black woman in AV, being a Black woman in general, of course, but in AV in particular, there is still that potential of being a little underestimated. Thankfully, that hasn't been a common occurrence for me personally, but it is definitely something that I understand could potentially come up the more that I continue to do this work. And it's something that I'll have to learn to navigate in the moment when it happens. But at the same time, I just let my work speak for itself. One thing to remember always, especially if you're a woman of color like myself, you belong in these rooms. You are just as legitimate and you are just as worthy and capable to do the work that you feel called to do, that you're very passionate about. just as much as the next person. Even if it feels uncomfortable at first, you still belong there. Something I didn't expect as much when it came to AV was how people focused it was. I was more intently focused on expanding upon the technical side of AV, but I underestimated on how much the people aspect of AV really comes into play. And it's not something that's unfamiliar to me at all, because I've worked in customer service roles for many years, 7+ years to be exact. So I kind of mastered that level of being able to talk to people and interact with them, being friendly and outgoing, and learning how to make them feel comfortable. I've already had that area down packed from my past experience. So now it was more the technical side that I wanted to focus on, but I underestimated how important, if not more so, the people side of AV was compared to the technical side. So yes, the technical skills matter, but what's more important, communication, reliability, and the attitude that you carry when you come into the job. That's what's going to get you called back a lot faster, besides knowing every button on the console. People want to work with another person that has a positive demeanor about them versus someone that could just do the job. I also learned that asking a lot of questions does not make you unexperienced or inexperienced. It makes you trustworthy. It makes you easy to work with. And being easy to work with is an essential skill that you need to have. So at the beginning of the year, I said yes to everything, almost everything. I wanted to say yes to everything at the very least, but I quickly learned that that's not sustainable and it's not the best practice either. It helped me to learn fast, but it also taught me how to make sure I implement my limits. I needed to set boundaries while also being open to opportunities. By the end of 2025, I understood that protecting my time, my rest, and my boundaries is part of staying in the industry long term. Growth includes learning when to say no. So, if you're starting out in AV, or if you're thinking about it, here's what I think that you need to know. You don't need to know everything. You do need to be curious. Ask questions, take notes, try to find community as much as you can, and don't compare your chapter 1 to someone else's chapter 20. I'm still learning just as much as you are, as much as the next person, as much as the next person. We're all still learning, so there's no need to compare ourselves with each other's progress, with the level of experience, the amount of years. Everybody started off not knowing what they were doing at one point. I'm proud of how far I've come, and I'm excited for what's next. If this video helped you at all or made you feel less alone, please like, share, drop a comment, tell me about your experience, tell me how far that you've gotten, tell me what you're looking forward to in 2026. I'd love to learn more. If you want more honest conversations about the AV world, about freelancing, about starting from scratch, about other areas of AV besides what I do, which is event support, stay tuned for more content. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in 2026.